Speaking at the International Institute for Strategic Studies in London, the British Defence Secretary spelled out the reasons behind the UK involvement in Afghanistan.
We undertook military action in Afghanistan because this was the base from which al-Qaeda leaders, through the sanctuary offered by the Taliban, were planning and directing major terrorist operations throughout the world. Operations that would, without any doubt at all in my mind, have been aimed at us here in the United Kingdom.
And without a coalition presence there, the threat of the Taliban and al-Qaeda might have returned.
If we had not gone into southern Afghanistan in 2006, the Taliban would probably now control southern Helmand and Kandahar. And there are many students of history in this room today, better than mine, who would tell us that history tells us that those who control Kandahar have often controlled Kabul, which would have given free rein to al-Qaeda throughout Afghanistan. Pre-9/11, all over again. So I'm absolutely clear that our commitment to Afghanistan is first and foremost about securing the United Kingdom's national security.
He also outlined the UK strategy for the country.
Now, we have set ourselves three strategic objectives. First, that al-Qaeda does not return to Afghanistan. Secondly, that Afghanistan remains a legitimate and increasingly effective state, able over time to handle its own security. And thirdly, to prevent the insurgency posing a threat to Afghan peace and prosperity. Now, achieving these three objectives will define the success of our mission in Afghanistan.
And the continued British involvement there was part of the UK's national and international security strategy.
In my view, our engagement is as much a security priority for the UK today as the world wars or the Cold War of the last century. Terrorism poses a direct threat to the security of the British people, so let us not for one moment think that it does not threaten our way of life, our values of democracy and human rights.
With acts of terrorism continuing, Britain is working to tackle this and help the Afghan people to stabilise the country.
We are pursuing an approach which combines military operations with civilian stabilisation activities. Increasingly, this will make the space for longer-term development work to help Afghans secure and govern their own communities according to their own priorities. Taliban know that they cannot defeat us tactically or strategically. All they can offer are more acts of indiscriminate violence in the hope that we lose the will to stay the course. We won't.
He added that there could be no solution in Afghanistan without working with neighbouring Pakistan.
So cross-border security must be at the core of our approach. And of course, in practical terms, encouraging cross-border security cooperation, building on our traditional good relations with the Pakistan military, and supporting, as we should and will, the new civilian government in Islamabad are as important as any element in our Afghan strategy.
Britain knows there is no quick solution to Afghanistan and is prepared to wait and work to ensure it has a democratic and lasting future.